What's up YouTube? We're back again with another tutorial video. Today I'm going to show y'all, or I'm going to try to show y'all how to tie an Alberto knot, which is what I use whenever I'm tying a leader on to my braid. I mainly only do this on my spinning combos. Most of them I have set up with 20 to 30 pound test braid, and I use a leader of 8 or 10 pound fluorocarbon. Get your line of fluorocarbon or whatever you're using for your leader. I use a pretty good stretch of a leader. I would say probably around 6 or 7 foot long total. But to tie this knot, like I said, we'll get probably a good foot, foot and a half. And what I like to do just to keep things a little easier is I'll take this end here and I will pinch it a little bit just so that I know where my starting point is. So after you do that, you're gonna grab your braid and you're gonna take this braid and you're gonna run it through this little loop that we just made. Through the top, through the bottom, whichever way you want to. Just remember which way you go, or pay attention to which way you go, because we're gonna go out the opposite direction. So once you get that through the loop, you're gonna wanna pull out, again, probably another foot and a half, 2 foot, just to be on the safe side. I like to make sure I've got it decent. So once you have that through there, you're gonna hold those together. So where your loop is and where your line goes through, we're gonna hold those together. It's gonna be our starting point. And then what you're gonna wanna do, I'm gonna see if I can do this with my arm straight out. We're gonna go 10 wraps around the fluorocarbon with the braid. So we're gonna go 1, 9, and 10. And then once you get your 10 rounds on there, you're gonna wanna pinch off where you ended at right there. And then we're gonna go 10 wraps the same direction around, but you're gonna feed it back towards where we started. And you're gonna try your hardest. It never works out perfect, or at least for me it doesn't. And try to get it in between where your first one went. And try to make them, I guess you would say, as tight as you can. I don't know what the proper word is, but try not to leave a whole lot of slack on them. And I'm not sure if that was 10 or not, but it looks good. And then you're gonna feed this end of your braid back. So if you went from the bottom to the top, you're gonna feed this from the top to the bottom. If you went in through from the bottom to the top, you're gonna go from the top to the bottom. Whichever way you went in, you're gonna go out the other way so that your lines run parallel to each other. So we're gonna pull that through, get all our slack out. See, I had entirely too much line. And then once you have that out there, you're gonna grab, well, if it'll focus, you're gonna grab your main and your tag line, and give them a little bit of a tug. Then you're gonna grab your main lines on each one of them, give them a tug, pretty good tight tug. And then I grab my tag ends and I give them a tug. And then I wet it a little bit and I give it another tug. If I can get a hold of my main line here. Give her another tug. Wetting it just makes it cinch down as much as possible. So what you're left with here is this ultra small knot there. So it should look pretty uniform. The first few that I did, they did not look good at all. It's one of those things that the more you do it, the better it's gonna end up looking. But after that, you're gonna get your scissors, good old braid scissors. These are my kayak ones since I'm filming off of my kayak right now. And you're gonna grab your tag end of your braid and you're gonna cut right towards the end of that. The braid side isn't as important as the fluorocarbon line, but again, I like to try to make things as clean as I can. These scissors are not very good. So you got the braid side cut off. So now we just have our main line of our braid on there. We just have the main line of our braid. and a little bit of a tag line. I might actually try to trim that down a little more. Again, the braid side is not as important because it doesn't catch as much as your fluorocarbon or mono, whatever you're going to use for your leader. So this is the end that's going to be pretty important. You're going to grab your tag end of your leader line, and you're going to want to cut that as close as you can to that knot. So we're going to get in there pretty good, and we're going to snip that. So this should be your finished knot. The reason you want to clip that fluorocarbon as close as you can to the knot is because that fluorocarbon will grab onto the eyes of the rod whenever you're casting out. If that tag end is sticking out very far, then it's going to end up catching on all of those eyes, and it's going to make your cast not as accurate. You're not going to be able to cast as far. But again, that's it. That's the Alberto knot. That is my preferred knot for tying on leaders. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did,
and subscribe.
Here.
And like and subscribe.
There you go. Like and subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next one.